Why not? Great. Then it perfectly fits. And as you undoubtedly know, I am always diligently on the lookout for new and exciting things, for any and all promising opportunities to effectively make money, to genuinely help others make money, and so on and so forth in various beneficial ways. And there are all kinds of projects out there. Yeah, I did a bit of research and looked into things. Well, there isn't much to research here because the company is pretty new to the market, and that's why I thought, okay, new is always good. Usually, like 99% of the time, those who get in at the beginning are the ones who earn the most. And that's why it was one of the criteria for me to even take a look at it in the first place. Okay,
Vladdy, I have a question, please.
yes, please.
Um,
Yes, please speak.
Forgot. Now I waited a moment and it was gone. My mind was somewhere else again. Oh yes, you said it would be recorded.
Yes, exactly.
Can I get the recording later?
Yes, yes, sure, of course. So we'll post it in the chats.
Okay,
In different chats, no problem.
great.
You're welcome. Okie dokie. All right, then let's just get started. Whoever's here is here. As I previously mentioned, let's promptly commence. I will immediately begin the process of screen sharing right away so that we can effectively and efficiently start our session without any further delay and begin our work immediately. And there we go. You can see everything, right? I hope so. All right, I'll just minimize everything. Okay, perfect. So, first of all, as I said, we're all adults here. We know there are no guarantees. No one is liable for anything. We're just passing on information about what's currently available on the market. At least, because now we're talking about Grantera, the company, so about this business. I do not assume any liability. I do not provide any guarantees because I am not the boss of this company. I discovered this company for myself and just want to pass this information on to share it with you. And then everyone can decide for themselves whether they see an opportunity here or not, whether they want to participate or not. Okay? Great. So let's get started. What is Grantera? First of all, I want to say that the company officially started on July 20th, 2025. So it's really, really new. It started last month with 150 million pounds. That's British pounds as share capital. It's not so easy these days to find a company that deposits so much share capital right from the start. Yes, so they're entering the market directly with a lot of money. So they don't need to raise funds, but they want to structure their sales in such a way that it also offers opportunities for others to recommend the whole thing further. Because you have to advertise anyway, whether it's advertising costs money and sales is the best form of advertising. We all know that ourselves. Everyone who's been around for a while. I've been in sales for more than 25 years and I know what can happen, what companies can achieve when sales is done right, how they can grow. So Grantera's digital model is for high yield capital. So this isn't about trading. This isn't about any machinations, I don't know, shady dealings or whatever. It's simply about financing companies, for example, by granting or lending crypto loans or leasing to certain businesses that need money in the short or long term. And you don't need a banking license for that because everything is done in the crypto sector. And as far as I've heard, the company has actually been doing this since 2022, though in a different way. But now in this area, specifically in terms of sales, they've only just started. So they have experience with this and they provide all sorts of loans, credits, or leasing to various companies, including small and medium-sized enterprises, development projects, startups, and so on. So basically in different countries all over the world, in Asia, in Europe, in America, and so on. So everywhere. Here we can see all the different areas they are involved in, the various development sectors they support. Like I said, startups, transportation, construction, business loans for small and medium-sized companies. Private individuals can also get these loans through these platforms. However, you should know that with these types of loans, you have to pay higher interest rates. First of all. Secondly, you have to provide collateral, probably in the form of cryptocurrencies. You can deposit and withdraw using various cryptocurrencies. And basically, there are several pools you could participate in. It starts from as little as $10. Basically, it's very, very simple. The threshold is practically there for everyone, easy for anyone to overcome. Starting from $10, you can already earn 1% per day. This runs for 5 days. So for amounts between $10 and $299, you can use this pool 3 times to try it out. It runs for 5 days and you get 1% per day. After 5 days, you basically get your money back. So it is paid out directly. You can see this in the back office. You can then reinvest or choose another pool. So if you say, okay, I tried it out, I see it works, everything's fine. There's something else you should know. The returns can be paid out every day if you want, or you can have them automatically reinvested, which means you can take advantage of compound interest and get a bit more out of it. So starting from $250, you can already say, okay, I want to park my money for 30 days. It's exactly the same here. I'm already getting 1.2% per day, and after 30 days, I get my money back. So these are always fixed terms, manageable durations that you can make use of for yourself. From $500 up to $5,000, 60 days at 1.5%, and starting from $1,000 for 160 days, you can take this step and earn 2% per day. As I said, you can withdraw your returns at any time every day and either use them for yourself or reinvest them however you like. And starting from $5,000, you can let your money work for 180 days and earn 2.5%. So for example, this program is very, very interesting because here you can expect 75% per month. Yes, that's a lot, I think. But okay, not everyone does that. That's why, yes, the company offers this kind of as a bonus if you want. But if you think about it, I park 5,000 and get, I don't know, 3,500 back per month. That means you're already done with your investment after 40 days. Basically, you've received returns for 40 days, paid out. I always say, take your money out as quickly as possible. Let the rest keep working for you. That way you're in the profit. Don't get too greedy. Also, never borrow money from anywhere and put it into any programs, no matter how safe they seem. Always work with free capital and invest only what you have available, okay? And that means after 40 days, you're basically at zero, so to speak. You've got your money back, and for the next, well, 140 days, you earn returns. And here, after 180 days, that is half a year, you get your 5,000 back as well, okay? So for me, this program is actually quite interesting. And that's why I'm going to use it too. So main activities, as I said, development, various properties. So where does the money go? That's also very important to understand. They specifically look for certain niches where there are actually securities behind it in case something happens. Everything runs via smart contract, yes, or through a specific smart contract. It's all transparent, secure, and controllable, right? So no one can just disappear with it or say, I never took it, or whatever else, right? So everything is traceable. You can also check it in the system. We'll all take a look at that together in a moment when we go into our back office. So capital protection mechanisms obviously have to be in place as well, because after all, we're talking about a lot of money here. Safe protocol, security protocol with transparent allocation and protection through participant voting. Of course, they have to check who they give it to, meaning who they actually grant this data to. They select certain companies and say, okay, we won't give money to them either because it's somehow insecure or not transparent or whatever else, right? Checking the borrower, as I just mentioned. Yes, verification is very important. Not just giving money to one niche or handing over a lot of money to one company, but distributing the funds across different companies so that there is security in case one of them can't pay back for whatever reason. There is usually some form of security in cryptocurrency or in a specific form. But still, it's unfortunate if you hope for something or rely on it and it doesn't come back. So whatever the case may be, here things are diversified and in fact the loans are given out to different companies. So blockchain control, as I mentioned, everything runs through a smart contract. All transactions are recorded on the chain. So that means everything is managed through this blockchain. You can control, see, and track everything. So if someone now says, I invest, I'm not just interested in all of this as an investor. I also want to get involved a bit on the sales side here. Of course, there are also certain requirements or commission plans or a plan in place. It's really, really simple and straightforward. At the beginning, you have 3 levels, so to speak, 3 stages as level 1. You start, yes, yourself. You don't even have to put in your own money to earn money here. That means if someone says, I don't even have $10, but I know people who might find this interesting, then you can already get started here and say, okay, this person invests $100, that one 500, another one 1,000, whatever. You get a direct commission of 5% from the first level. That means if I bring someone in who invests $1,000, then I've already earned $50. I can then either withdraw that or invest it or do whatever I want with it, right? That's your money. On the second level, it's 2%, and on the third, 1%. That means if you've generated 25,000 in sales, here we see 25,000, then you already have 4 levels unlocked and you get higher percentages on the sales, right? Plus, there are certain extra bonuses, and well, I don't want to go into too much detail about that right now because everyone knows that if I do sales, I make money. Here you can actually earn a lot of money or benefit from it. So basically, you manage your own capital, that's clear. You have to deposit with cryptocurrency from USDT to Solana, various options. 7 cryptocurrencies are accepted. The money also works in that currency. That means you don't necessarily have to exchange it. For example, you can stay in BNB and the money will also work in BNB, okay? Or in Bitcoin or Ethereum and so on. Withdrawals work just as simply and quickly. You can also withdraw funds in any currency you like. You can exchange internally. We can take a look at all of that in a moment, basically in the back office. And funds, at least in USDT, are in your wallet within 2 to 3 minutes. I've tried it several times myself, okay? So in summary, for the investor, basically, Grantera offers a professional solution for placing digital liquidity into infrastructure and credit products, right? That means you operate like a bank, basically like a banking system. You lend out funds. You also don't need any licenses for this because you're not operating in the euro or dollar space, not in the fiat currency sector, but in cryptocurrencies. And because you work in a decentralized way through all the crypto, the exchanges, and also smart contracts and blockchains, you have the security that everything is, running smoothly, everything is working correctly, and above all, it's transparent, okay? Because with this blockchain, you can see everything, track it, and check it. So let's take a look at the back office, see what it looks like. So basically, the whole thing looks like this. It's set up in a pretty interesting way and is fairly simple. If you spend a little time with it, you'll have everything under control, right? So here on the front page, you can see how much money I have, for example, in USDT or in dollars, but it's in in USDT, and how many projects are running or what's currently in the pool, let's say. Yeah, $218. That just came out yesterday, and tomorrow, on August 9th, I'm waiting for it, so 1724. We can even see here the time when the whole thing will be released. So 4 days have passed, I've already received 4% and so on. So that means I'm waiting until this money is placed here. So we'll then be over $500, and then I can go into loans here, go into the system and say, okay, what is this here? Wait a minute. For example, I want to let my money work here for from 500 for 60 days, right? And I get 5%. That means I then go here to activate, enter here how much so which currency, for example, USDT, and then the amount 500, for example, right? And then here you can also turn on reinvest, or if you want to have your funds paid out every day, then you turn it off and then activate done, right? So basically, that's how easy it is. So this is about sales. Referral system. So this is the table I showed, okay? Here on the left is your link to share. Here you can see how many employees or partners have registered in total. Here you can see how many partners have registered in the last few days. Here you can see the total sales. So up to 25,000, this progress bar will basically move to the right. And when you reach 25, you unlock this level for yourself and so on, right? So here you can team up with more referrals. That means you can see here who has invested how much among your referrals. Then there's the opportunity to earn more. For example, you can generate $160 in sales in 7 days here, and then I've actually already done that. In the end, it doesn't work for me anymore, but you basically get more bonus for yourself. Everyone here gets a certain, more bonus, so to speak, yeah. Okay, what else? All right, something quite interesting to observe are the comprehensive reports, for example. There you can clearly see all the various companies, specifically all the companies you've successfully financed, precisely from when to when, exactly how many weeks and so on, in which particular currency. the startup entity, their official names, what exact percentage you get. That is to say, what precise percentage you get from the entire loan, and so on. So you can track all of that here. There are really a lot. You see, there are 102 pages of different companies that can use this system. So, okay, all right, in the settings, obviously, that's where it's about your data, two-factor, 2 years, that is setting up Google Authenticator and so on. Oh, right, here, the translation is a bit weird. Wager, it should actually be wallet. Here, for example, you can see what the returns are. So when it's red, that's basically the reinvest, auto reinvest. You can see it, yeah. So that isn't paid out, but rather reinvested, and the money keeps working for me. So that was then paid out. Yeah, that was paid out. That was paid out. So I had several projects or programs running, and you can also exchange here. You can hold your money here in different currencies, however you like. Yeah. That means if someone joins now, like here, someone joined with Bitcoin, I received basically a commission for them, 4.38, 0.000 in Bitcoins. Yeah, that's what I have sitting here now. Here in USDT is where I have my money. Then in USDC coin, I received $32 from someone and so on. Yeah, depending on which currency you join with, that's the currency in which you receive your commission, okay? You can then also convert it here if you want to. That means if you say now, I want USDC, for example, here, USDC to USDT maximum. So convert, done. Now I don't have any USDC left. I have everything in USDT. Yeah. Then I can also transfer these Bitcoins over and so on. Yeah, if I want to. All right. Basically, a few more key points. The company started operating on the 27th of the 20th, 2020. Here we have nothing to do with trading, nothing with any risky companies that sometimes operate one way, sometimes another. Everything here is clear. There is a huge market for this now. A lot of companies really don't want to work with banks, so they get into these kinds of things where you say, okay, I want to offer something like private companies around me, basically to give me money even at higher interest rates, because at the bank I might get, well, nothing at all, right? Because not every bank wants to finance a startup or whatever. And 150 million pounds sterling is quite something, I think, as share capital. And being one of the first is always an advantage. I think, well, so be it. We'll work for a year. I hope, of course, for much longer, but I'm being realistic. I know how companies come and go, sometimes quickly, sometimes much sooner than a year. But we don't want to, put on rose-colored glasses and say, yeah, we're going to be with this company forever. For me, it's simply about generating some revenue here. I want to earn money for myself. I want to give the opportunity for my partners, my loved ones, or those I've been working with for a while to earn money as well, and then we'll see what happens next. It's always best to make sure you have several pillars to stand on, so to speak. A bit here, a bit there, a bit over there. Spread the risk. You know that yourself. It's always best, and never put all your eggs in one basket, so to speak. That's why this is one of the companies I can recommend at the moment. If you have any questions now, please ask them. Otherwise, I will be holding all the webinars every 3 days, or rather on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for now. This is now the second German language webinar. We now basically have the chance to make this whole thing a bit bigger together. Yes, please, Ralph. Your microphone, yes.
Yes, I jotted down a few questions in the meantime.
All right, I hope I can answer them.
Yes, some of them have already been addressed. So, my first question earlier was, is the company BaFin compliant, BaFin eligible? But then you said you don't need a banking license or anything like that because it's in the crypto sector. My second question would have been, how does it work with the company, or rather with the returns and taxation? Now you said it's in the crypto sector and it runs through the wallet with different coins. How are these returns taxed?
I'm not a tax advisor, so I'm not allowed to make any statements, as you know yourself, but I think nowadays everything is monitored.
Yes.
And that includes crypto. So if you want to sleep well at night, it's best to just take screenshots for your tax advisor or say, look, I deposited 1,000 here. After a year, this much has come out of it. Tax it, or what should I do? Earlier, you showed in your dashboard, in your back office, what investments you made and when or how long they ran.
Can I get a report, a screenshot or something like that from this dashboard where I can see my different projects, the ones I did, where I can read them out?
Exactly. You can basically see everything transparently, also on the blockchain. It's also traceable on the blockchain. If you have your, well, this wallet address where you send money, you can see incoming, outgoing transactions and so on. Also your wallet address where you send money in the end. You basically withdrew 1,000 from this wallet address and, for example, deposited 2,000 back in. Okay, now from that, can you say, look here, here's a screenshot. I deposited here, there was 1,000. Now 60 days have passed or however many. Now 2,000 have come out of it. I withdrew them or partially withdrew them. Depending on the case, you can prove everything, of course. So, okay, then I have, oh, right, we covered printing and the reports. Daily withdrawals, you said you can or maybe should do that. These daily withdrawals and also the deposits. Now, just before the end, you said something like, in the way I invest. So, if I understood correctly, do I have to exchange dollars for a cryptocurrency first? No, you don't have to. Look, if you say, I want to deposit with Bitcoin and let Bitcoin work in this program, but withdraw in USDT, then you just have to exchange internally. Before you withdraw, you can exchange just like I did just now.
Yes. So that means in order to even get started there, I have to take euros, since we're in Germany, and exchange these euros into USDT or whatever, whichever cryptocurrency you want. And can I do that in this back office, or do I need a separate wallet for that?
Before you deposit, you need to have USDT or some other cryptocurrency
Yes.
because they don't accept euros. That's also, yeah, it's kind of crazy, really.
So in other words, I need a suitable wallet where I can exchange euros for crypto. Whether that's Bitcoin or something else doesn't really matter. And from this other wallet, I can then transfer into this back office
Perfect, yes.
and then just let it continue to run.
Exactly, right?
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, well, nowadays there are a lot of platforms where you can say, I want to, even through MetaMask, even through Telegram, you can basically deposit euros into the wallet and then, or buy cryptocurrency with Telegram, and so on.
Yeah, it's just that I didn't realize that at first. For me, crypto and blockchain and all that is still pretty new.
Okay.
I hadn't really dealt with it before. So now I basically have to get used to these things and work my way through them. It was just important for me to know how much effort I have to put in before I can even invest my first 10 euros.
I understand. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Well, but this isn't the future anymore. This is all already the present. The earlier you start dealing with it, the easier it will be later on. Because if everything is now coming in digital currency, the government also wants to convert a lot of things into all of this. Yeah, well, we'll see whether that's good or not.
I'm aware of that. I now belong to that generation, not only the ones who are surprised, but also the ones who surprise others. I can still find people who don't have a computer at all. So now I'm one of the few people who don't know anything about crypto. That probably seems incomprehensible to this generation, but that's how it is.
No, it's right now, I don't know, maybe 70% of all people still don't know anything about crypto. That's normal these days. Although the other thing is also normal that you know about it, or at least should know about it, right? But it's both ways. Everyone just has to figure out for themselves when the time has come to get familiar with it.
Just one more quick question.
Go ahead.
Is there for this back office any kind of, how should I put it, a script, a user manual?
You see, all of that exists. We have I actually set up a chat specifically for this company. There are various ways to get involved with it, including how to deposit, how to withdraw, how to navigate your way through it. What do you have to do? What steps need to be taken? Which first steps need to be taken, and so on. Everything is in our chat.
I don't know this chat. Where can I find it?
Which specific chat are you currently in, or how exactly did you manage to get here at this moment?
I got this from an acquaintance who sent me the Zoom link, and he said, just listen in and see if you're interested or not. He sent it to me via Telegram.
All right, we're on Telegram. Maybe he knows then, and if not, he should ask.
Okay.
So, or I'll just post it here. Wait a moment.
I have the chat room open next to me here. I can, if you want to post it, I'll post it right away.
Yes, exactly. Let's do it that way. You can all just click on it and then register there, basically join the chat. One moment. So invite people. Link copied. So here we also have a chat. There we go. Well, what's that? Yes, my delicious beer. Chat. Didn't I copy it or what? Oh no. Why can't I post it here? Somehow, for some reason, I truly cannot. It absolutely will not allow me to post it like this in this particular manner. Weird. Why is that? Well, at least Grantera Germany, you could maybe just try searching for it on Telegram.
Grantera Germany,
Grantera Germany.
written as one word, no spaces.
2 words. Grantera Germany.
Okay.
It won't let me paste it here for whatever reason. Weird, huh? Okay.
All right. If not, then I'll just ask my acquaintance again.
Yeah, you can do that. He can then ask for you up top. He also got an offer from you.
Yes, exactly. All right. Then I'm done with my questions. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Does anyone else have any questions, or was everything clear so far? Otherwise, as I said, visit us on Telegram. You can also find these videos there, the recordings. If you want to listen to it a second time, that's no problem. It's usually a good idea to hear it twice, then it really sticks. Otherwise, yeah.
Otherwise, I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Good evening. I just joined. Sorry, I'm a bit late, so I missed everything. I have a question. Do you speak Russian?
Yes,
Okay, very good. Yes, then I'll just look for you.
in Telegram. You can also find me on Telegram under Viegel777.
Okay.
3 times 7, yes. 777.
Thank you very much.
Okay, gladly. Okay, guys, good. Then see you on Monday if you like. Invite people if you found this interesting. Find us on Telegram, Grand Terra Germany, and then we'll continue. Thank you very much, and see you next time.
Thank you. Have a nice evening.
Ciao. Ciao.